Okay, so today we're going to be making an orthotic or a night guard. What we've done is we've mounted the casts. We've had our pins set at the dark line right here. Now we're going to open it about 5 millimeters, and that will give us an opening here, which will then be filled in with the plastic for the orthotic. We then put Vaseline on the teeth, which I've done, and blow the excess off so that it just gives a little bit of releasing agent on the model so that it doesn't stick to the model as easily. We'll take a torch and we're going to soften our wax. A little bit on one side, and then we'll turn it and do the other side. We'll just slowly soften the wax so that it's about the dimensions that we want it to be. See how it's getting soft and starting to fold?
Bendable but not dripping.
Yeah, you don't want it to drip if you can help it. Now we're going to make our fold about just a little bit longer than the actual fit of the wax. Okay. We'll then heat it again. The goal is to get it just soft enough so that we can adapt it to the model and create a mold of what we want our appliance to look like. This will be a heat-cured appliance. Okay. Now our thinnest point is going to be back here in the back, so that's where we'll have the thinnest wax. I'm going to take that and we're going to set that right over the top. Then we'll just take a knife there's that first part. There you go. I'm going to just sit in that. Take the excess here. The goal is to have it just past the edges of the teeth. That way the patient will have something they can grab onto when it's time to remove the appliance. Okay, so you can see you've got just a little bit all the way around, maybe just a little bit too much on this side over here. Okay, then we'll come in and we'll cut out the area for the palate. We'd like it to go all the way down to the gum tissue. Take away our excess wax, put it back in place, and mold it. Because it's still soft, we just mold it right into place. Okay. Then we take the softened wax and we push the model through that. Now you notice it's pretty stiff. So what we're going to do is we'll come back and soften it with some heat. Just a little bit over the top. We don't want it to puddle on us. We just want it to warm up. Okay. Then we'll close it down. You'll notice that we now have just about touched the
bite is
the pin, so that we're at about the proper dimensions. We can trim the excess off here. We don't need it to be too thick. This way we don't have to trim more later when it's in the plastic. Okay. Now we come around behind the back of the upper molars. And that has created the mold for the appliance. We'll take a little bit off right here in the front. And we can probably take that and thin it down just a little bit so it's not quite so bulky. Okay. Now, for all intents and purposes, once we invest this like we do for a denture, we can then we'll melt this wax out, and then we'll inject clear acrylic into here and heat cure it, and that'll give us the strongest type of appliance we can make. You can also make this using a cold cure resin, and it's faster to make, but it's not quite as strong. So this is what it'll look like when it's approximately done. That's the second one that we've done.
only it will
Here's
be
our first one.
clear.
Only it'll be clear. Okay.